began on a usual day when we weren't looking at each other or at the world. A tiny microscopic virus called Corona cast a shadow on us, and with a little chuckle at having caught us unaware, crowned itself king. Before long, we each found ourselves in a dark, lonely place, locked down and without each other. There was only one place left to go, within. And so, deep inside we tunneled, struggling to find a way. Till one day, a little ray of insight beamed bright. And in its gentle, clear light, we saw. Perhaps we hadn't been buried, but planted. Perhaps this wasn't the ending. Could it be that it was just the beginning? At Nibs, to take each child along, we set to work, stringing our spaces into a symphony of ritual and song.
At NIPS, we are making every effort to make our children feel comfortable in the digital environment.
Before we began with these classes, we first wanted to understand the needs of our parents and students. So we sent out a survey with questions like the number of devices available at home, which operating system were they using, or little things like if there is power backup available at home. There were training and practice sessions organized for Zoom, Seesaw, and Google Classroom.
We explained to the children that net etiquettes are nothing but the classroom norms which we follow in a regular classroom. So the children came up with very interesting ideas like we should always be smartly dressed up. We should be well prepared for the classes with our notebooks, pencils, erasers. We should not eat in front of the camera. We should always keep our camera on. We should always keep our mic off. And when we have to participate in a class discussion, we should wait patiently for our turn and use the list of Zoom emojis like raise your hand. By the end of the classes, the children had become expert.
There were certain rituals that we used to follow in school, and they were like this binding force for us at NIBS. We decided to bring these rituals to our online sessions as well.
Silent assembly is a very unique ritual at NIBS, and we continued with it during our online classes as well. The students and the teachers would sit in absolute silence for about 10 minutes. It brought a certain amount of calmness in our students, soothed them, relaxed them, and made them feel at ease.
निब्स में प्रत्येक दिन का आरंभ मंत्रों के उच्चारण के साथ होता है, क्योंकि मंत्रों का उच्चारण करने से हमें हमारे जीवन में सकारात्मक ऊर्जा तो प्राप्त होती ही है, साथ ही साथ मानसिक और शारीरिक शांति भी मिलती है.
In our school, there's a very unique ritual that we follow. We call it Shruti Samay. So for our online session, we continued that ritual. We created a small video journey and shared it with our academic teachers for them to start and end the class with a piece of music.
Stretch time helped in breaking the monotony in the virtual classroom. And it also gave children opportunity to move around and energize themselves. And also the eye exercises done during this time helped in easing out the strain because of exposure to the screen.
Happy birthday, Kantika. Happy birthday.
To paint our spaces with hope, belief, and heart, we mixed media and made art.
Let's make some art. The moment I ask this, what comes to your mind? Canvases, brushes, colors, paints? Well, we as teachers have live canvases to paint. These live canvases are nothing but nurturing the learners, and that includes both the student learner and the teacher learner.
Anton Chekhov once said, "The teacher must be an actor, an artist, passionately in love with his work." Yes, a teacher is always performing to make learning an engaging process, performing to make learning interesting, and performing to make a character the student.
And we teachers are getting whatever we can. Stories, puppets, recitation, music, little bit of performance, whatever we can to make the process more engaging, non-judgmental but experiential, so the learner retains it for a longer span of time.
Along with the teacher, the class pet ensured that each child gets his due. It also acted as a motivator, and children developed an emotional connect with it. It allowed the children to share their feelings during our virtual meetings. Children are naturally very curious, so anything that can spark that curiosity, I think, helps.
It is said that our brain processes visual information 60,000 times better than the text, and whatever we learn is 80% visual. Now, at this crucial juncture, when we were physically apart from our children, it became all the more important for us to create an online experience that was both immersive as well as experiential in order to make online classrooms more engaging with help of direct experiences. Now, when you transport a student to a more realistic setting, what you are really doing is giving them an opportunity to engage at multiple sensory levels. For example, films and documentaries were used that not only helped them to relive that moment in history, but they were also able to make connection with their text.
And how do we do this? We do these with some intense processes where we integrate art and creative expression while learning anything. So it is not only art education, it is also the art in education.
हिंदी भाषा को वर्चुअल क्लासरूम में पढ़ाना पहले तो बहुत मुश्किल लगा, लेकिन हमने भी इसे एक चुनौती के रूप में स्वीकार किया। गूगल इनपुट टूल्स, गूगल ट्रांसलेटर, क्विलपैड जैसे नए सॉफ्टवेयर लगभग सभी शिक्षकों और बच्चों ने इसे सीखा और हिंदी शिक्षण को और भी आसान बना दिया।
So I'm playing this physics quiz on Kahoot with all my classmates. It's so interactive. The feeling of winning against your friends is just priceless.
Every student has a different learning style. We had well-planned sequence of activities for active engagement that allowed the learners with opportunities for interaction and hands-on experiential learning across all the subjects. We enhanced student motivation, interest and involvement by allowing them to choose how to learn. The choice of activities ranged from audio-video podcasts, presentations, surveys, quizzes, gamification, etc.
Suck to inflate, grow to deflate.
The learner feels confident. No question is wrong question. I can make mistakes and I'll learn from it. So this is what we are nurturing, especially at a time when everyone is so much under pressure.
I made a metro train using cardboard boxes. I told stories using puppets.
As the earth turned greener and the air became cleaner, we felt resolute and sure. There was a way to imagine and inspire a world better than before. We couldn't go out into the world, but there was no stopping bringing the world to us.
To inspire our students and retain a link between them as well as the outside world, the guests and the experts were invited in order to take this learning beyond books. The sessions that were taken up in our classrooms were very informative as well as interactive. Different questions, thoughts, ideas that emerged out of these sessions not only inspired our students but the teachers as well.
Her talk gave us a very different vision to life. The vision of creativity. The vision that breaks through all kinds of monotony.
In order to make learning relevant and experiential for our students, virtual tours were conducted in the classrooms. Now, these virtual tours really help the students to get immersed in the subject to an extent that was not possible within the confines of the textbook or the classroom.
It was a highly interactive session and was a fun learning experience for all of us.
Laboratories were off limits to experiment and test. Home was all we had, but it was a treasure chest.
The apt material to make teaching aids for the online classes was a challenge. With no access to school's resources, I began my search at home with a different perspective. All of a sudden, my home appeared to be a treasure chest.
Then I realized that last year I had my root canal treatment and I had the impression of my teeth available with me. So here you can see, this is my teeth. And using this model of my teeth impressions, I taught the children the different types of teeth which are present in our mouth and their functions.
My lunchbox bag became the mystery bag from which my children's toys used to pop out each time I revised phonic sounds. In one of the classes, even an old discarded biryani handi was used as a magic pot from which few magic activities were taken out.
Teaching using all the different type of strategies really makes the topic very interesting.
The students creating a video on their loved one gave them an insight to explore their relationship with their family members in a more intense manner, fostering collaboration and interaction. For students, it was a fulfilling experience, while for the family members, it was gratifying and heartwarming, an activity that brought a smile to everyone's face.
Doors were closed, so we opened new windows to learning.
It's important to keep reinventing oneself in order to reimagine how to teach our learners so that they can make meaning of the world that they live in.
The Nirmal Pragati team works towards encouraging the NIPS community to expand their talents and experiences through various initiatives.
We identified some enriching courses for our team members based on their subjects and specific skill sets.
We tweaked our summer internship program and went that extra mile to facilitate internships through virtual mode. This year, our students are interning with some of the best organizations. They are developing new skills at the workplace under the mentorship of their industry gurus. They are writing blogs, doing data mining and analysis, researching, strategizing, doing social media marketing and planning.
The internship helped me develop the skill of collaboration. As part of a team, we understood our strengths and weaknesses and worked towards a common goal.
And just to make sure that this time too we weren't caught unaware, we paused to look at each other with the eye of the heart.
We have managed to successfully create this online school, and I think one of the reasons has been this constant review and feedback that has happened with the teachers, with the parents, and of course with our children. The teachers used to meet daily within their teams. We used to have full staff meets at least once a week.
Yes, Bhupinder. Ma'am, how long it will be, the session, the class, how long it will be?
The objective behind these meetings was to share their learnings and concerns, to reflect if we have been truly able to reach our students, and also to determine the strategies and methods that have been the most effective in this online virtual classroom.
As a culmination, what the kids are going to present now in class
is they have to create a poster.
Now, our feedback did not end with the teachers. We were in constant touch with our parents, be it through parent orientations or later even through individual parent meetings. Finally, end of week surveys was done to get direct feedback from our parents as well as from our children. These surveys ranged from technical issues to effectiveness of teachings and to even general issues. These all methods of review and feedback really gave us a time to pause, to reflect, to rethink and to perfect, so that when we come back, we are even better prepared to push our boundaries even further.
Learning has no boundaries. And it genuinely came true when my learning didn't suffer due to the schools being shut.
I love my online classes.
I'm able to pay more attention as there is complete silence. Our teachers mute the children so we are able to focus.
I'm more inclined towards scientific research than ever before.
But I still miss my school.
I would also like to mention that I really miss going to school. I miss almost getting late. I miss the soft murmur as classes go on. I miss the chatter that erupts when a teacher walks out of the class.
Move your fingers. Do the magic.
Finally, to energize, electrify, and play our part, we made a smiling start.
As a NIBS community, we have always felt that the most important thing in life is to care. Care about people, care about each other, care about feelings, about what we say and do, about the environment, but most importantly about connecting with each other so that we can spread a smile and ensure that no one feels alone or left out. Smile as an initiative, therefore, was very in tune with what we believe in and what we've always done. And it became even more relevant in this time and this age of physical distancing because it was critical for us to reach out to everyone. And hence, from sharing our smiles with our children, parents and grandparents, we decided to spread our smiles across many a mile and engulf the world with it.
One can choose any activity, perform, send a video, which will then be uploaded on the Smile Instagram page.
I learned a lot of new skills to make each day a happy and smiling day. Then I shared my poem and the school uploaded it. And I shared that link with my friends and family and got a lot of love and happiness. Thank you, my school. I miss you.
Smile, together we can. This is an inspirational e-booklet which is delivered weekly in your inbox, and it consists of simple, thoughtfully curated activities which are for everyone, for children, grandparents, parents, families as a whole. These are small and powerful ways to connect, to share, to draw strength with and from each other. Smile reflects our holistic and learning from life approach. So when you smile, you sing happy songs, you make original art, you ignite and inspire new thoughts and ideas. You listen to the voices of the heart and you energize, electrify and play your part.
someday.